This is on, yeah. All right, so first of all, just some technology issues and some information for you. So you'll have to connect to the CGS event network, and the password is right here. And we're hoping that you guys share this great kind of pitch fest tonight. These kids worked super hard all weekend, and I think that they deserve some publicity and promotion of their really cool and innovative products. So it's CGS events. The password is Catlin02132015. And then we'd love for you to tweet. So follow us at Startup Camp PDX and use the hashtag SupPDX. All right, so hashtag all your tweets. Thank you. So let's get started. And I'm so thrilled that you came out on a beautiful Sunday in February, an unusual Sunday in February, a spring-like Sunday. And so thank you for being here, and then thank you to all of our sponsors. So we are so fortunate at Startup Camp PDX to have this huge array of sponsors that just believe in the power of student innovation. And so they put money behind this event, they've bought t-shirts, they've helped buy snacks, they're buying food, they're helping to make experiences happen for these kids, learning experiences outside the classroom. And really, this whole experience wouldn't be possible without them. So thank you. Round of applause for our sponsors. And our organizers and mentors. So first of all, mentors, can you stand up? If you volunteered your weekend, this beautiful weekend, could you please stand up so we can give you a round of applause? Thank you so much. I know the students learned a ton from you, so thank you. And then the organizing team, could you also stand up, because you spent many meetings with me at the school over the last couple months. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Nathan, who couldn't be here. It's been super fun to work and learn from you guys, so thank you. And then finally, I would love to have our student leaders stand up. So student leaders, Claire, Ellie, Eden, Neil, thank you. Thank you to our judges. So we have an esteemed panel of judges with us. We have 5 people representing some of the most innovative venture capital funds in the country. And so we have Ajay Malhotra, Angela Jackson, Rick Tarazi, Scott Sandler, and Craig Masbeck. If you guys could stand up and wave. Thank you. And so it's a really wonderful opportunity to talk to all of you and to this group of judges. I think any startup entrepreneur would just die to be in front of you and just talk to you and pitch to you, so thank you. This is a great opportunity for these kids, and we're just really grateful for you taking time out of your Valentine's Day, Spring Lakes, February weekend. Thank you. And then thanks Catlin Gable, thanks Tim, thanks Dan, thank you for your support of Startup Camp and for opening the doors this year to the whole Portland community. All right, so before I hand off the mics to kind of our special guests, which are the students, and they're all sitting over here and waiting, and I'm anxious to hear their pitches as well, I just want to kind of contextualize why we're all here tonight. Why Startup Camp? This is the 2nd year for Startup Camp, and it's grown exponentially. There's a real need and demand in the community and around the country, I would say, for Startup Camp as well. This year we doubled the size of our event. We grew from 3 schools to 13 schools. We sold out all of our spots within 24 hours. And so we know that there's this desire to participate in Startup Camp, but I think we also know that this is more than just this weekend and just this event. And I think that this educational experience speaks to a lot of us and to students, because we all realize that we're in this together. This future is all of ours to own. And the more that we can kind of encourage young people to be innovative, to reinvent their futures, to think about how they can live the most strategic lives, how they can acquire the most skills possible, how they can kind of promote themselves and their ideas and talk to adults and build all those soft skills that you really need to have a successful career in life, the better. And so I just really appreciate that there's all these people that have been involved in just helping this next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs and helping to make Portland as unique and innovative in the future as it is today. I also want to say, as a teacher who's been in really kind of high-powered high schools for a long time now, I see increasing anxiety among students about what does the future hold, and it's really scary to think that your future is an admissions letter. And I think Startup Camp and events like this and innovation and just building something on your own takes that kind of that future that is scary and out there and someone else is deciding and puts that decision in your hands. And so I'm hoping that all of you feel empowered by this experience and speaking to you students, that you can build your own future and you can say yes to yourselves. You don't have to wait for an admissions letter. You can build something truly phenomenal that any school in the country would say, come here, we want that, we want to use your product, all right? So I hope this is empowering in that sense. I also think that Startup Camp is important because the economic landscape is shifting underneath us as we speak. So by 2020, there's an estimate that 40% of the workforce will be freelancers. That means that all of you will have to do what you did this weekend all the time. So talk to investors, talk to people, work on projects for clients, get customer validation, do some marketing, do some branding. You're going to be personally branding yourself and marketing yourself your entire life. And hopefully that's exciting, because hopefully that also means that you can work in places like this too. Another stat to throw out about why Startup Camp is so important, and this event means more than just this weekend, is that, you know this, but careers are kind of a thing of the past, right? So I just read a stat today that by the time you're 38, which is an unusual number to land on, by the time you're 38, the average person will have 10 to 14 jobs. So we live in this environment where people are constantly having to reinvent themselves. And so you guys reinvented yourselves from students to CEOs or company members this weekend. But I want you to know that this process really never ends. I hope it doesn't end, because that's part of what makes life exciting. But this is just the first step for you guys. And this is just one weekend of many weekends where you kind of reinvent yourselves. Thank you to Kenny for these beautiful pictures. But we also know that your network matters. That you don't just get jobs by sending out a resume. And I hope that this weekend you connected with adults, that you connected with your peers from other schools and from people in the Portland community that will say, yes, we want to hire you as an intern this summer. We are so impressed with you that we're going to get you a job when you graduate from college. I hope this Startup Camp network carries with you for the rest of your lives. And I also think Startup Camp, and there's only a few more slides, I also think that Startup Camp prepares you for the future that is not yet here, the jobs that have not yet been created. Most of you will have jobs that have not been invented yet because of the pace of technological change. And that's either scary or exciting or both. And I think that Startup Camp is an event that lets you get used to ambiguity and embrace kind of just what the future might hold, because it's pretty exciting. I think startups create opportunities for others. I know Eric Rosenfeld was just speaking about how the Oregon Angel Fund has created 17,000 jobs. So that's pretty phenomenal. And if you guys ran these companies, you would be creating jobs. And I think startups are so essential because they solve the problems of the future. And so it's not just about this weekend, it's about solving problems and creating opportunities. And I hope that you can break the mold, and I know you've broken the mold this weekend, and you're not just in this for an A. I didn't give out grades. You're doing this because you care. All right, and I don't think this is about drinking any startup Kool-Aid. I'm not like trying to be rah-rah, be a startup entrepreneur. I think I'm just trying to help you guys, and I think all of the mentors are trying to help you see the water. to see opportunities around you that maybe other people aren't recognizing, to notice trends, to pick up on problems that you recognize that you can think kind of you can think of solutions for, and now you kind of know the process for how to get that to market. This is one of my favorite quotes. Agreed? Yeah. And then finally, I believe that entrepreneurs are like Cheerios, and that entrepreneurs are serial. They do it again and again and again, and when something fails, they try again. And those that are successful entrepreneurs, and you can talk to any of the mentors this weekend, if they've sold their companies, they're on their 3rd, their 4th, their 10th company because you kind of get addicted. It's pretty fun. And so hopefully you come back next year and you tell your friends, and we have lots of people being serial entrepreneurs in our community. All right. And with that, let me transition to the main events. The judging criteria is here. So these 5 judges are looking for companies that listen to their customers, that built a prototype that reflected customer feedback, that built a product that customers actually would want and pay for, that also they're looking for companies where there is evidence of teamwork, inclusivity, diverse teams. We have 13 schools, we have all grades represented. And then finally, what you guys are going to witness here is the presentation. And so part of the judging is presentation as well. We have some pretty exciting prizes. All of these judges are representing venture capital firms who will sponsor a young entrepreneur award that will be given to 5 separate teams. These Young Entrepreneur Awards, they're not just a fancy certificate, but also an experience that the judge sets up with those winning teams. The overall winning team, selected from those 5 teams, will also receive $1,000 this evening to either invest in their company, distribute amongst themselves for a giant pizza party, whatever they want to do with that. Yeah! And then finally, what's next? So Startup Camp is super fun, and I think we all need to take tomorrow to sleep in. My students, yes. But then, let's come back together and think about this challenge of how do we open up the doors between our classrooms and the real world? How do we align incentives between what we teach in school and how we grade in school with what's really valued by these judges and in the real world? And let's have a design challenge. We're going to use the design thinking process to go through a design challenge on Thursday, March 5th at 5 p.m. in Girlinger. So all students are welcome. Every school is invited in Portland. And let's build something that's really cool and another learning experience together. All right? And without further ado, I'm going to invite the first team to give a 5-minute pitch, followed by a 5-minute question and answer session. The first team is called Intern Collective. Let's give it up for Intern Collective.